Welcome to the Drooniverse!
And welcome one, welcome all to the officially unofficial Elite Dangerous live stream, still proudly unofficially official, because we've had no word. There has been no word from the powers that be, or the powers that aren't, or any powers whatsoever. In fact, we still don't know. Will we be accepted into the hallowed echelons of the Frontier Partner Program or not? But anyway. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? Anyway, right. Before we do any of that, let's do the thing, because the thing is a thing, and the thing by long tradition must be done. So who do we have first? We have a fight now taking place for the 1859 slot, which is good. Lots of two people, no, three people in fact, waiting it out to be first in the chat, which is good. But Top Shot is in top place. Congratulations to Top Shot. So well deserved first place. The Top Shot, quickly followed by Wintermute GB. Of course. One would expect him to be up there because, for some strange reason, that's what he does. There's no accounting for it. There's no explanation for it. Utterly spirited in third place. So congratulations to you three text messages from the internet. I've got no idea who you are, really. You're just names in the chat, but welcome names. It's good to see you, my friends. Right, who else we have? Right, there's a lot of chattering here going on for quite some time, so I'm going to just scroll past it. Something about operations. That's the next thing imaging to be launched for Elite, isn't it? So we'll have to check that out at some point. But finally, we get down to Drayden Darkstar, probably the coolest username that there's ever been. Drayden Darkstar. That sounds like that's a brilliant name for some sort of 80s space opera hero. Who are you? It's Drayden Darkstar. Oh no, now we're in trouble. Anyway, good to see you. Thank you very much for popping in. Cyber Derby is here as well. Cyber Derby. That's a pretty good one. It's not quite as high up as Drayden Darkstar, but Cyber Derby sounds like his sidekick. Maybe it's Drayden Darkstar and Cyber Derby. How do you feel about being a sidekick, Simon? I mean, that sounds like a show I'd watch, actually. The Adventures of Drayden Darkstar and his sidekick, Cyber Derby. I think we could watch that. That would be fun. Right, then we have the Arrakis. The Arrakis are here, poised as ever to feed off the invasion of the Harkonnens. An invasion that, let's be frank, it's been such a long time in the prepping that it's almost certainly fallen off somebody's risk register into the dank depths of an Excel spreadsheet going, oh yes, we were going to do that, weren't we? But maybe we'll revisit it next year. We'll see how it goes. There seems to be very little urgency in this invasion, and I feel the Arrakis are have been lulled into a true sense of security. I feel that's what's happened now. Sleepy D Wagon Man is here, hopefully awake. Good to see you. Thank you very much for popping in. Have a Boo is here as well. Customary 4 thumbs up, one for every syllable of his username, which is good to see as well. The sound is a bit. Is the sound a bit high? Or is that something else? Oh, that's something else. I probably clicked the wrong button when I was doing it. Apologies for that. Yeah, good. The Harkonnens are also in the chat now. They've been poised to invade Arrakis for many years, but there's been no progress. Let's be honest. Very little preparation is ongoing. We're gonna have to investigate this at some point. Come on, Harkonnens. In fact, have you actually done any work at all in this invasion that you've been planning or say you've been planning? Or is it just me who's been saying you've been planning? You've got actually sitting at the back going, actually, no, we're not interested in the Arrakis whatsoever. We're entirely laid back about this whole invasion plan. And it's all rumours and smoke. It's got nothing to do with us. Lumsace is here as well. Good to see you. Thank you very much for popping in. Mima Metal, hello. Mima Metal, that's quite a good one as well. That's I'm going to slot that one into the pantheon of usernames at some point. Commander Yehudit is here as well. Oxford Comas are charging, apparently. One assumes you mean commas. You do, in fact, mean commas. Excellent. We don't need any comas around here. That sounds quite dangerous. Glenn is here. Glenn R. Frank, Red 5 checking in. I think it's Red 5 standing by. I think if you're going to do a Star Trek, oh my God, Star Wars quote, then you need to get it right, my friend. Good to see you anyway. Luna Sky is here. Hello, Luna. You've got your customary a chair at the back of the cinema as per usual. So feel free just to plonk yourself down, put your feet up, grab your popcorn, and your any other snacks that you think you need, and make yourself at home at the back of the class. It's good to see you. Commander Tragic Blue is here as well. Not being tragic, one hopes. So we need to cheer up Commander Tragic Blue, and hope that everything is wise and well with him. That should be good. Then we have Eric Loss, who's not lost, he's here, which is good. He's found his way in. Good to see you. Right, who else do we have on this? We have Alice _D_M. We still haven't analysed exactly what the D and the M stands for. We have theories. We have working theories, and we have yet to test these theories. We will one of these days examine that one in excruciatingly pointless detail. So there we go. It's good to see. Also, it seems to be Solstice Project is conspicuous by his absence more. But I'm glad now that other people are picking up the slack in his absence. So Alice and Ugly Spirit are working hard to make sure that everything's buttoned down before the stream starts, which is good. Good, well done, guys. I appreciate that. So Commander Groman is here as well with a hearty hello everybody, and 07 Commander, good to see you as well, thank you very much indeed. Andy P783 is here too, that rhymes, very important to point that out, and he's joined enthusiastically in the to-dos as well, so we've got at least 3 backup to-doers in the stream, which is good, because I mean, you never know when you're going to need that sort of backup. No, I literally mean that. You never know when you're going to need that sort of backup. Big 39 GT is here as well. Good to see you. Thank you very much for popping in. Who else do we have? Yay, bagpipes. Bagpipes are always good. I mean, everybody likes bagpipes. There are some people who don't like bagpipes, but I mean, their opinions don't count around here. Wintermute GB is very keen still on wishing me a happy partner anniversary, which occurred earlier this week. So there we go. Mad Monksoft is here as well. Good to see you, Mad Monksoft. Thank you very much for popping in. Mad Monksoft here, of course, poised as ever on Wikipedia, should we need your sage counsel. Mad Monksoft is the font of all knowledge. Well, I suspect he's actually not the font of all knowledge. He's the font of all typing things quickly into Wikipedia and cutting and pasting them into the chat of all knowledge. But he's, as far as we're concerned, he's the font of all knowledge, because he saves us having to do that particular task. I'm was I on time? Well, I will soon put pay to that. I'll add some extra delays in. So that's all good. So Haunted Live is here as well. Good to see you. The possessed possessed bread product. Good to see you. I don't know why that name just gets me every time. It just makes me chuckle, but this is good. Good to see you. And we have a funny asteroid in the chat. Yay, good to see you, funny asteroid, because it is never a good space game without a funny asteroid. So that's good. Them damn bagpipes, which is excruciatingly difficult to say. I mean, it's an excellent username. It's really them. All of you try it. I mean, try doing it out loud now, just to humour me. Try saying them damn bagpipes. It's not easy to do. It's hard work. That's got to be the hardest username in the chat to actually say. So there we go. Commander Chiron is here as well. Good to see you. Thank you very much for being Commander Chiron. Commander Chiron, now that sounds like a Klingon, somebody who's in charge of a Klingon battle cruiser to me. This is Commander Chiron of the ICS Core, or something like sort of somebody Captain Kirk would face over some sort of domestic disturbance around planet Archeon 3. Or it's Commander Chiron. No. Shields up, phasers to maximum power. So I don't know if you're a Star Trek fan or not, but Commander Chiron sounds like you're a Klingon, I'm afraid. It's the K that does it, because do all Klingon names begin with K? I think Klingons rather like the letter K, obviously, because they're Klingons, right? So I mean, you've got Core, and you've got, I can't remember the other Klingons now. I remember Core. The Klingons are there. But anyway, Commander Chiron. You might not be a Klingon, but if you are, you're obviously a good Klingon. That's quite good. Commander Yehud, it brings all the Oxford commas, and then, oh my god, I got Star Trek and Star Wars confused. I know, it's just a slip of the tongue. It's late in the evening. I'm a bit tired today. Wintermute GB says the invasions of Arrakis will not take place for another 23,191 years. Right, okay. I don't know about you, Wintermute GB, but I'm going to set an alarm on my phone now. It's going to go off in 23,191 years, just to check whether or not it's correct. And if it isn't, you and I are going to have words in the afterlife, okay? Just so you know. 23,000 years from now, you'll get an ethereal knock on your ephemeral door, and there'll be this bloke outside with a hat going, "Hey, this invasion then, is it happening?" Grondian is here as well. Good to see you, Grondian. Now, Grondian's interesting because he's got two capital letters in the middle of his username. What's going on here, Grondian? So the ND obviously has some sort of sage significance that we need to divine at some point as well. So that one's calling out. It's not quite as obvious as Alice's DM, but it's there, isn't it? It's ND. It's like what the hell does that mean? It's just waiting for somebody to prod it with a stick. So that's the thing. Monksoft has skills that kills, apparently. It sounds extremely 80s. Electro Ace is here as well. 07 Commander, good to see you there. Difficult to say, so Stop Shot. Try listening to these. Insert bagpipe emoji. Worf, yes, of course. Worf doesn't begin with a K, does it? Unless maybe it's a silent K. Is it a Worf? It's actually okay. Commander Sarah is actually Car Ryan. Clearly not Klingon. Okay, fair enough. Of course, all Klingon names begin with K. E.g. Worf, Garrod, and Martok. With me helpfully completely blow my theory out of the. Oh, and Balladras, yes, of course. All right, well, fair enough. All right, I'll put myself back in my place. And Duras, says Alice. Dear. Cosmic Drifter's here as well. Good to see you. Thank you very much for popping in as well. Right. Am I down the bottom yet? No, not quite. And Dick57 is here as well. 07 Commander, good to see you. Commander Golden Samurai is also here. Glenn is ashamed he got the Red 5 quite wrong. Well, I got Star Trek and Star Wars confused, so I literally have no legs to stand on. Which is a stupid saying because clearly I do have legs to stand on. What that's got to do with getting things wrong, I have no idea. But anyway, there we go. Right. Bad Monksoft says, no, not all Klingon names start with a K, which is good. Gilly Drew is not a tricky. Well, I mean, the problem is, by the time you get to my age, there's been so much Star Trek that you just can't keep it all in your head. I used to have a completely encyclopedic knowledge of the original series, which alas has sort of knowledge at our age, and I dare say I'm speaking for a few of us on the stream at this point. Sort of has a half-life, doesn't it? You know that you knew it, but when you try and recall it, you go, actually, I can't remember that particular bit of detail, but I do remember remembering it. That's where it all starts going wrong. So yeah, it gets a bit awkward. But yeah, the original series, yes. Now the Next Generation. I'm less good. I have watched it all the way through, so I'm much more familiar with it. The problem with the Next Generation is there's a lot more of it than the original series. I think there's 7 seasons of the Next Generation. I think there's only 3 of the original series. There's less episodes to remember. And the Next Generation is a bit more meaty, really, isn't it? Let's be honest, than the original series. The original series is a bit camp and a bit silly by modern standards. I mean, I love it to absolute bits, but it is, and the Next Generation is a bit more in depth. One of my previous girlfriends actually took me to task when because I hadn't come. See, when I was at university, the Next Generation was brand new, right? And I hadn't actually watched it at all. I've gone into my entire Trek canon, right? And gone basically, well, the original series is Star Trek, and everything else is not really Star Trek, is it? Anyway, that was a fatal error to say in front of said girlfriend at the time, because she was a massive TNG fan, and it almost caused a sudden non-girlfriend status to happen. So she basically corrected me very, very quickly and showed me the error of my ways. So whenever I see the Next Generation theme tune come on now, I still get a tiny shiver of, oh shit, I'm in trouble. I'm actually not. But anyway, there we go. So I think I'm still a big Star Trek fan, but I just haven't watched all of the Star Trek that there is, because there's so much of it now. And some of it I liked, and some of it I didn't like. Some of the later stuff, probably because I'm old and out of fashion. But I did like the Strange New Worlds. So that's quite good. Yeah, relationship under reevaluation. It was one of those. Basically, she was a lot smarter than me, which it won't surprise you very much because most people are. But uh, she was super intelligent and expected me to immediately understand that the Next Generation was the best thing since sliced bread, which at the time it probably was. And and I committed the unforgivable sin of dissing the Next Generation without actually having watched it, which, to be fair, is a perfectly defensible position for her to take. So I had to recant and repent and other things beginning with R at quite some length before I was forgiven. But that was a long time ago. So never mind. Right. Anyway, I've realised I've started the waffle without pressing the waffle button. I keep doing this. Let me press the waffle button and we'll continue the waffle. Right, here we go. Brace yourselves, my friends. Brace, brace, brace. Right. Nope, wrong button. That button. There we go. Yes. Yeah. So I was very much put in my place. I mean, to be fair, at the time I was only 19. I think she was a bit older than me, so I was a bit intimidated. But she very much told me I was wrong, and I've got used to that over the years. Significant women in my life telling me that I'm wrong. Yeah, okay, it's fairly common, to be honest. I'm probably vaguely traumatized by it still, but no, I'm kind of okay. But so TNG, that's got a tremor of kind of like, oh yeah, TNG. But Deep Space Nine, I quite enjoyed Deep Space Nine, but not as much as TNG, I think. I understand why people do like Deep Space Nine, but for me, long stretches of it were a bit too boring. It's not just women who tell you you're wrong. This is fair. Yeah. I did enjoy Voyager mostly because of it was my problem with Deep Space Nine. I know this is a cliche. My problem with Deep Space Nine was very much its boldly staying put where no one has stayed put before. It's like Star Trek needs a starship, right? It needs to be going somewhere. And so I quite liked Voyager. Voyager had a lot of weak episodes, and it was a bit silly at times. Whereas Deep Space Nine had some excellent episodes, but quite a lot of boring ones as well. Where this just feels like filler. And to be fair, TNG had a few of those. They all have, don't they, because of budget things and writers and all the cobblers that goes with making a TV show. But so I never really got into, what was the other one? The Discovery, Star Trek Discovery. I don't know. I didn't get into that at all. That one I didn't like. Why am I? Everything's suddenly gone dark. My USB lights have decided to switch themselves off. Have they done that? I mean, let me see if I can. That's really weird. I've got these spotlights, and they've literally just decided to die, just like that in the middle of the stream. Odd enough, they're still on a bit, but they're not on full. Oh no, now they've come back on. Okay, weird. Who's fiddling with my USB settings? Yeah, it was. That was weird. Let me just. Yeah, that's off. Okay, so I kind of look a bit sepia toned now. And then that's weird. Okay, now that I wonder that's weird. There's some sort of, I think it's something on my PC. It's not, because they're plugged into the USB ports on my PC. It's almost as if they're going like, no, there's not enough voltage. Suddenly. There we go, they're back up now. I shall stop fiddling. That's always a good idea. I've blown a fuse. Yeah, I do look a little. No, they're still not right. They've definitely gone. We've lost main power, Captain. It's just too much talking about Star Trek. I suppose. Or it's my ex-girlfriend from years ago coming to the stream and go, right, switching this off. He's dissing TNG again. Or that space mole, the space mole. Yeah, maybe I need a power USB hub. That might be good. Well, it's never been a problem before, so but I haven't got let me tell you what, let me unplug things that I don't actually need and see if they'll reset. I don't know. That's a bit well that yeah, maybe. No, there's definitely something not quite happy. Anyway, never mind. So I mean they're only like LED lights, not like super powerful. So anyway, something's clearly busted. All my USB lights are just now. I mean I've had them for a few years, so maybe they're just dying a death. I don't know. Even the equipment is becoming a critic on this stream. Let's see if I need any more critique. More pips to system, more power. The thing is that this PC has got, I don't know, maybe it's just a USB port, but the PC's got more than enough power because it's got an RTX with a 4 and a 9 in it, whatever. I can't even remember what the spec is, but anyway, you guys know better than me. So it's clearly got the power to do what it needs to do. But anyway, never mind. Right. Anyway, so Star Trek, good. Next Generation still gives me a slight twitch whenever I hear the theme tune. Because I made a big mistake, a big mistake many years ago, and I'm still traumatized. It's PTSD from an ex-girlfriend. Am I allowed to say that? Dear. Right. Yes. No, it's not a GTX. It was an RTX. No, you were right the first time. I think Wintermute GB, because there's no such thing as a GTX 4090. I don't know. I can't remember. Anyway, somebody will know. You cannot change the laws of physics, as you're quite right. So anyway, so we've got some Galnet to do. There's some the stuff. The story about the plants is continuing to move on. So this is important. GTX's engine oil. It says GTX 4090 on your Twitch page, right? Okay, well, what in any sane universe are you using my Twitch page as an authoritative source of data with WGB? That's a schoolboy error. Man Monks says maybe you can get compensation for if I could find her. Yeah, I'm not sure. She's probably some successful captain of industry by now because she was super smart. She was way smarter than me. She had I think an MSc in astrophysics or something like that. So hopefully she went on to much bigger and better things than me. Oddly enough, I've got a diary of my university years, and of course she is mentioned in my diary. But ironically, I didn't record anybody's surnames in my diary, only their first names, because obviously at the time I thought to myself, well, I know who these people are. I don't need to write their surnames down. So and due to the passage of time in the advancing years, I can obviously remember her first name, but I've got no idea what her surname is. So I've got absolutely no way of finding out what on earth happened to her. So I can only assume she went on to do great things. And if she's watching, hello. She certainly isn't. But every time I see the TNG theme tune, there's this little ooh. I bet not say anything bad. Did I write my surname down? I did. I remember my surname. It's on the cover of my books as well, so it's quite hard to get. The secret, it pretty much is actually the secret diary of Drew Wayne Gates, 19 and 3/4. Oddly enough, I was 19 and a half, so it's not quite right, but it's close enough to be on the money. So that's quite good. Right, let's do some Galnet before I get sucked into my ancient relationship history, which is probably not very exciting at all. Right, I need the Galnet button. Here it is, the Galnet Gazetteer. Stand by, my friends. Brace yourselves for more incidental music. Here we go. The top shot's entirely right. That was probably really rather self-serving of me to say it's on the cover of my books. Yeah. So that's I didn't actually mean it like that, even if it came across like that. I was just thinking, where's the first place I could go to find out what my surname is? The thing that came to my mind was, oh, I know, it's on my books. Was my Monksoft says, was my girlfriend? It wasn't Pandora Braithwaite by any chance? No, it wasn't. The lucky lady's name was Victoria, or Vicky, obviously, as I called her. But other than that, I can't remember. Isn't that awful? All those years ago. So anyway, Vicky, if you're out there, hello. Right, so we have Galnet, and I need to do some stuff here, and apologies to Vicky again for dissing the next generation when I was young and stupid. Right, so now there was what's happening here. Interact. There's the button I need. There's been some Galnets. This is good. We like when there's some Galnets because it gives us something to do. Now, when was our last stream? Was it last week? It was, wasn't it? So we had, but I don't. Did I stream? No, I didn't stream last week. Of course, did I? No, because I was on holidays. So no, the last one I saw was this one where the expiration date of the Distant Worlds 3 one had ended. Yeah, so okay, so it's now the 2nd of April. Well, it's not, obviously. That's the one we're going to read. These Spirit says, but she's thinking, damn, if only marriage were. I very much doubt that. Right, okay, so Radicoidia unica begins blooming as new research initiative announced. So that doesn't... I'm sorry to start dissing Galnet before we've actually even got into the text, but the title doesn't make any sense. I mean, you're confusing correlation with causality here again, Frontier. Radicoidia unica begins blooming as new research initiative announced. No, it doesn't. That's implying that Radicoidia unica reads Galnet, which it doesn't. Well, I'm assuming it doesn't, because plants aren't usually in the habit of reading newspapers. But so Radicoidia unica begins blooming as new research. No, it doesn't. It just happens to do it at the same time. They're not connected. One can assume. October Consortium has confirmed that Radicoidia unica. Why this story about a plant is still running? I don't understand. Do you think it's got something to do with this operations update? Yeah, maybe the plant features in some bizarre way in this new version of Elite that's coming out. An enigmatic flora found exclusively within HIP. Why is it enigmatic? It's just a plant. How does a plant become enigmatic? I'm taking exception to this immediately. Okay, enigmatic, right? Let's dictionary definition. It says difficult to interpret or understand, or semicolon mysterious. Can a plant be difficult to understand? I mean, we've analysed its genetic properties, haven't we? And so, yeah, I don't think enigmatic is the right word at all. Kazak says plant stories are very popular with those that identify as vegetable. Frontier really think they've cooked with this plant. They do. Maybe they have been cooking with this plant. There's a first time chat from Ninja. Ninja's a Relrish. I know it's me being very nitpicky. Oh, well, you're going to be entirely at home with this stream, my friend. But it annoys me when people call the unica plants or flora. Yeah, well, I mean, are they plants? That's a very good question. I for one, says Yehudit, I am hoping for a little shop of horrors got a twist to the story. Yeah, somebody's going to be eaten by a plant, aren't they? Or not a plant. Haunted Loaf. This is exactly the point I'm making. It's difficult to understand why Galnet keeps going on about it because I mean it's It's like thousands of millions of people are getting murdered every week in the Elite Dangerous universe for nothing more than parking their spaceship in the wrong spot. Okay, right? Not that's before you get into any of the wars and the deep space mysteries and everything else that's going on in the universe, and the 6 gazillion people that are presumably up to something. What does Galnet spend all its time talking about? An enigmatic plant, an arguably enigmatic plant. Makes no sense whatsoever, does it? But yeah, this is Galnet, so making sense is not one of its strong points. According to their scientific teams, the plant's dormant cycle has ended, triggering the growth of hardened seed pods across its upper platform. So presumably this, if we go down there now, which of course we can't because we're on Distant World 3, maybe we can go and get some, harvest some stuff. Can we pick some pods? Are we going to be Peter Piper picking some pods from Radicoidia unica? These pods hold rare biological material believed to be the main source of the species' highly valued physiological effects. Researchers say that this activation validates earlier theories about the plant's sensitivity to nearby life signatures, with its bloom phase perceived as a direct response to recent studies by commanders of the Pilots Federation, i.e., the Pilots Federation commanders landing enormous ships nearby, shooting them, jumping on them, prodding them, and generally just trying to wake them up. Skeptics noted that some Radicoidia sites are yet to bloom, however. Presumably because Frontier haven't updated all the graphics yet. Well, Ninja's making a very good point here, and so this is an excellent point. At its core, it's an alien completely removed from the evolution of Earth, presumably from where plants originate. So it's not a plant in any meaningful sense because it's not related to anything on the Earth. So does it have a completely different genetic structure? Does it even have genes and DNA at all? Good question. Entirely sensible questions. Questions that demand answers, I feel. Are we likely to find any of these in Galnet? I'm afraid we're not. So military and corporate restrictions are still in effect while oversight of the Enclave is coordinated in line with the recent October Accords. Yes, well, we've dissected the October Accords in quite some detail before. The October Consortium has therefore called upon commanders to support a new phase of exobiological harvesting. Okay, so this is a CG, which presumably has come and gone since I've been on holiday. The collected seed pods will undergo detailed analysis and biochemical synthesis to better understand their unique properties, which is just hand wavy for go and collect some stuff and we'll analyze it. Exogene Sciences in the so-and-so system has been authorized as a central collection point for incoming samples, with October Consortium overseeing transfer and storage. Because they're really trustworthy folks. Scientists hope this phase of data acquisition will unlock further leaps in the pharmacological applications of Radicoidia unica. I mean, this is all very well, but it does beg the question. Haunted Loaf is exactly on the money as to why is this plant so interesting? It's been going on for months now. Commanders are encouraged to exercise caution as the plant continues to thrive on worlds with hazardous temperatures and volatile surface conditions. Well, only relative to us, presumably. The CG forecast last 2 weeks, but ended after 4 days. Did it? Okay, wow. So why did it end so quickly? Well, there you go. On the 7th of April, it concluded. October Consortium has announced that the research initiative to collect Radicoidia unica bloom samples was a resounding success. It's always some sort of success, but this time it was resounding. According to results reported, the number of seed pods collected by commanders has meant that research efforts will be helped significantly due to increased availability of biological material. Unfortunately, we completely stripped all the plants entirely bare of seed pods, so that the next generation of the reproductive cycle of this plant has been entirely disrupted, and it's now gone extinct. Oh, that's not what it says, right? The collected seed pods will now undergo detailed, multifaceted analysis. Okay, well, not just any old analysis, but multifaceted analysis to further understand their unique properties in the hope of reproducing the pharmacological effects seen in recent studies. If we've seen pharmacological effects in other studies, why don't we just redo those other studies? Legal representative October Consortium added, our research and development projections will be greatly fortified thanks to the thousands of commanders who stripped mine the plants. Contributing commanders can now collect the rewards. Excellent. you drove. Congratulations, humanity. You drove yet another species to extinction. Attaboy. Oh, the CG rewards were cocked up by Frontier as well. Excellent. Glenn is agreeing with the previous post. It makes you wonder if we discover any kind of living organism that is not from Earth, will it by definition have to have a new taxonomy, not able to be called animal or plant or anything we have now? Well, that's a good point. It depends what it is and how it's made, because we don't know. You see, the thing is, if we found something on Mars, let's say, let's start. This is actually a vaguely serious astrobiological point. I like this is good. This is a good discussion, because if we found something on Mars and discovered that it did have, like, let's say, a DNA RNA complex at its heart, i.e., it was very much somehow related to life on Earth, we could infer a few things, that maybe life on Earth had come from Mars, or life on Mars had come from Earth, or it had been seeded by comets or something from somewhere. So that would be fascinating. Would that be an animal or a plant? I think it probably would be, because it would have enough in common with us. But if we discovered something on Mars or some further part of the system, which and a definition of life is not entirely straightforward either, of course, but if we discovered some kind of organism on another planet that did not have RNA or DNA as at the heart of its kind of construction, then we'd be in all sorts of trouble, wouldn't we? So it could be an entirely new type of life. That would be absolutely fascinating. Both answers to that question would actually be fascinating, of course. But first, we've got to go and find something. So. Well, and Ninja makes exactly the same point. So if it does contain DNA, any bit related to Earth, it would spell wonders for figuring out the origins. It would. That would be absolutely fantastic. But it would also be useful if it didn't. That would be even more exciting in some ways. If we're using Earth as a benchmark, then the search for intelligent life still continues. It does. You're quite right. Meanwhile, some reaction pundits have noted similarities between the Holloway Institute's recent radicoidia study and a viral wellness trend attributed to movie star William Ventura's self-recorded fitness regime. So has Mr. Ventura, Ace, as we like to call him, been smuggling some radicoidia in for his own ingestion? Although the timing is curious, it's not. It's quite obviously not curious at all. It's entirely intentional. Dr. Casimir of the Holloway Bioscience Institute claimed to Vox Galactica that the development time and regulatory framework needed to get radicoid-based enhancers anywhere close to human trials are some ways away, and suggested that Big Bill's physical transformation was down to diet meds and confidence tricks. More likely, he's got a private stash of this stuff, and he's been smoking it. The question remains the same. Why is this news? It's just not. Right, onwards we go. 14th of April. There's a lot of Galnet. Yeah, I take 2 weeks off. We get 4 Galnet articles. What's going on? The writing team at Frontier are exceeding themselves. Unidentified mercenary group linked to fabrication facility breaking. Oh, something else has happened in the universe that's not related to what may or may not be a plant. Authorities are investigating a break-in at a fabrication plant in the LHS 1167 system following the theft of hardware and components. Okay, well, that's, I suppose, at least it's not about whether or not it's a plant thing, but it's not exactly front page news, is it? That's like round here, somebody saying on the front page of, I don't know, the Telegraph or the Daily Mail or something. That's like saying somebody broke into a lockup the other week and stole a spare tire and a bicycle pump. It's like, and yeah. Okay, so Wintermute's relaying some stuff. The CG ended on Monday. On Tuesday, they posted the Galnet article. On Friday, they issued the suit reward for the top 75% of contributors. Well, they tried to. They issued the wrong suit type, then issued the correct suit type as well, then deleted the wrong suit. On the Monday, came an in-game message that announced that the CG had concluded and issued the Teal Rescue Maverick suit for one seat. Hey, at least they're on top form. FDev could not organise a piss up in a brewery, which is why there's only glue for sale in the bar. See? They just don't know, do they? It's a slow news report. Yes. No group has yet claimed responsibility. That's because it doesn't matter. But early evidence points towards an unfamiliar mercenary outfit operating across multiple regions of the bubble, who are notable because of what they've stolen some components from a lockup. Security footage recovered from the site shows coordinated ship movements and disciplined withdrawal patterns, i.e., someone who is vaguely competent at stealing stuff, prompting speculation that the perpetrators were either opportunist pirates or local criminals. Why would it? Why would it suggest that? That's exactly what opportunist pirates or local criminals would do. There's a fabrication plant. Let's hike some stuff. Anyway, reports of heavily modified vessels bearing unfamiliar insignia have since surfaced in neighbouring systems. Okay, well that maybe that's a bit more significant. A spokesperson for the affected facility issued a blunt assessment to Vox Galactica. These weren't amateurs. The ships we encountered were exceptionally well equipped and flown with precision. So they weren't. Nobody on this stream then. They absorbed punishment that would have crippled most raiders. Okay, so we had some well-armed ships that were doing some stuff. Local authorities have advised independent parties to remain vigilant and report sightings of unusual ship markings or coordinated mercenary activity, while officials stress there is no immediate threat to civilian populations. Analysts suggest the incident may signal the emergence of a new group within the galaxy's increasingly crowded security landscape, and further updates will be released as the investigation continues. So this is a bit weird because if this was a professional outfit, as is being suggested, they would have made it look like it wasn't a professional outfit if they wanted to cover their tracks. And how do they know they're mercenaries? Because mercenaries implies they're working for somebody else. So this smacks of, we need a story, write a story. We need some mercenaries. Here are some mercenaries. Anyway, right. So, just in case you were getting too interested in what was going to Galnet, we immediately switched back to the thing that may or may not be a plant. Ancient origins suggested in Radicoidea unica study. Right, here we go. New analysis of Radicoidea unica has raised fresh questions about the true origins of the enigmatic flora found on HIP 87621. Following the recent seaboard recovery initiative, researchers acting under the October Accords have begun detailed phylogenetic studies using. What the hell does that mean? I don't even know what that was. Now this is an unusual experience for a writer, as I don't actually know what phylogenetic means. Is that real? Apparently it is. Okay, phylogenetics. This is really Mad Monk's off part of the stream, but anyway, phylogenetics is the study of evolutionary relationships amongst organisms using genetic, molecular, and morphology data to infer their history. Okay, there we go. So they're trying to work out where did Radicoidea unica evolve from. So there we go. Early findings suggest that certain evolutionary markers within the plant's DNA may not be entirely natural. Okay, so the plant does have DNA. Okay, they're referring to it as a plant again, so it has DNA, which is slightly alarming because I don't know how far away from Earth, how far away from Sol is HIP 87621. It's probably several hundred light years. One assumes. Somebody will know in the chat exactly how far away it is. The fact that it's got DNA is well, there we go. That tells us something, doesn't it? Either it basically there's two possibilities. One, that this story has great implications for panspermia throughout the Elite Dangerous lore, which is the generous interpretation. The second one is that somebody at Frontier basically said, well, everything alive has DNA, right? So we can use that in the text because DNA is peculiar. It may well be peculiar to Earth. We just don't know. It seems unlikely that that DNA would be exactly the same on or even present at all, because it's quite a specific molecule, right? DNA, dioxyribonucleic acid, to give it its full name, not Douglas Adams. Although he was always proud to say, Douglas Adams, as he says, he was always proud to say, I was DNA. Which university was it? Was it Oxford University? I was DNA at Oxford University before DNA. Something like that. I can't remember exactly what his quote was, but it was something like that. He went to the same. It was Cambridge. Was it Cambridge? Okay, it was Cambridge University where the structure of DNA was first worked out, and Douglas Adams was there before that was published, or something along those lines. Obviously, a hugely funny man, much missed. Anyway, so there's the thing about DNA. According to sources close to the project, specific sequences within the seed pod's biochemical structures show evidence of non-environmental diversion. So they're saying it was genetically engineered. I'm not sure if you can infer that from DNA, but anyway, there we go. We'll go with it. However, scientists were quick to stress that such changes were not recent. Okay, so it's been genetically engineered in the distant past, is what they're implying. One researcher, speaking honestly, because researchers always do. There's clearly trouble ahead here. Stated that the markers indicate intervention on a timescale measured in eons rather than millennia. How long is an eon, by the way? I should know how long an eon is. How long is it's a lot, isn't it? Okay, so an eon is the largest division of. Come on, where's Mad Monks off when you need him? An eon is the largest division of geological. Sorry, this stream has turned into a bit of a lecture this evening, but it's all important stuff, right? If any of you came, oh, I thought this stream was about playing Elite. No. That's not what this stream is about at all. This is the officially unofficial Elite Dangerous live stream where we react in real time to whatever the hell's happening in the game. Apparently an eon is the largest division of geologic time, typically spanning 500 million to over 1 billion years. Okay, so it's basically, it's not last week. Okay, so if whatever's happened here happened an eon ago, then whoever did it is not likely to be around anymore. And then timescale measured in eons, not just a single eon, but many eons, plural. So we're talking billions of years. Now it can't be that far back because presumably this moon or this planet where these things have been discovered has to have existed in relatively recent eons. Because I mean, if an eon is up to 1 billion years, there's only so many eons you can have before you go back beyond the point at which the planet existed, and presumably the plant, or whatever it is, has had to evolve in that time. So maybe the last couple of eons. But anyway, so they're theorizing that if a plant was engineered, it was by an unknown agent in the very distant past. Okay, so that's interesting. That's interesting. That the implications of such a discovery remain unclear. Some analysts have speculated that the plant's unique pharmacological properties may be the result of deliberate design rather than natural evolution. But the point being that if genetic modification was done, I don't know, 2 billion years ago, won't the plant have evolved quite a lot since as well? True. Stop applying logic to Galnet articles. Yeah, but that's the fun. Mad Monksoft is on the case with the eons. Yeah. The plant could have bred somewhere else and then been planted. It could have been Commander. You see, these are all the things that we don't know. These are questions that questions that need answering. Ninja Arrowrish says we found the Guardian drugstore. Yes, but it's evolved and become its own thing. Others have urged restraint. They always do, don't they? These people urge restraint. Why do they do this? Noting that exotic evolutionary paths can produce similarly unusual results, and there's still so much to learn about this species of flora. The October Consortium representative declined to comment on the findings, reiterating only that research into Radicoid Unica remains ongoing and tightly controlled, and we're in charge, and we will brook no argument. Anybody who disagrees with us is A, wrong, B, dead, or C, going to soon be dead. Which is basically the October Consortium's statement on pretty much everything. So, well, there we go. I mean, Galnet, it's a plant which has evolved from the ship's apodistra. Yes. For those of you not getting that reference, you're going to have to delve back into this stream a long, 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 long way. I'm not going there again. Right. Well, there we go. There we go. It's probably time for us to jump into the game and find out what the hell is actually going on. The previous Galnet was about operations, so was it? Okay, so that's the okay, that sort of does make sense, doesn't it? So they basically said there's a mercenary outfit that we need to deal with, and that's what operation is going to be about. Okay, so that sort of makes sense. Why we're still focused on this plant story, and I'm going to call it plant, not just to wind up Ninja, because we've already had that discussion about maybe it isn't in fact a plant, but I can't keep saying the thing that may or may not be a plant because it just takes too long. The stream will be over before we get to the end of the show. So the plant in question, Millard. Oh, we are the Merc outfit. Okay, are we the bad guys? I've always wanted to say that on the stream. Now I can. Oh, we are the bad guys. So yeah, why? Okay, why are they focusing on this plant so much? And again, Ninja making some very good points. Yes, presumably you'd get more evolution and speciation occurring after eons, because I mean, if you've genetically modified it in the past, presumably it's going to keep evolving under whatever pressures it's currently under. So, yes. A Galnet article that's full of scientific holes. I mean, colour me surprised. The plant story is definitely a slow burner, but can you smoke it? This is the question we all need answering. Anyway, let's get on with it. Right, here we go. It is time to do the playthrough of the actual Elite. Here we go. Ready? Onwards we go. Call it an organism, says Ninja. That's a good idea. Call it Eric. Says with Dimitri. Do we know that it wants to be anthropomorphized? Have we asked it permission? You know, have we assumed its species? I mean, we've got to be aware of our diversity policy. Not that we've got the diversity policy on this stream, but we probably should have one. We can't assume its species, right? We've got to be careful of such things. Some people call me Tim, says Glenn. Maybe we should. Commander Groman says, what is the music in that transition? It is the Blue Danube. It is indeed the Blue Danube. Congratulations. Which, of course, is the sort of associated with Leeds from the Commodore 64 days back in 1985. Yeah, what pronouns does a non-sentient external organism on a separate planet actually want to use? Have we asked this? I think I'm going to need to write a 34th century diversity policy, which has to take into account that not everybody involved is actually from the planet Earth. And then I've got to get you all to sign up to it. And give your consent. Have you agreed? You know those things that you normally get on Twitch streams. Basically, this is an adult Twitch channel. You have to accept swearing and other things like that. I should find a way to say this. This is a biodiverse. Yeah, forget gender, forget race, forget creed. Are you actually from this planet? Because if you are, there's this set of policies. If you're not from this planet, there's an entire other set of policies that I need you to read. And you may not be able to sign this because you may not actually have any appendages to sign anything with. But yeah, we will do our best to gather your consent in a respectful way under EU GDPR. In human resources. This stream is inspired of exactly. That's what we need. We don't need a diversity policy. We need the biodiversity policy. That's exactly what we need. It's good stuff. Clear sign, not enough colonization with trading music. Indeed. Right. I'm on the fleet carrier once more. There's two people here looking very excited about this. This is the thing, you see, life on board a spaceship traveling in the depths of space is clearly one of the most exciting things that's ever happened to both of these two space travelers. So, whatever she's got, I wonder what she's got on her tablet. Can we see? I mean, what's she watching? She's probably watching. Maybe she's streaming me. Wouldn't that be funny if you could look over on the tablet and go, hang on a minute? They're having a conversation about the plants, maybe. She's looking up the pharmacological properties, and he's doing some research into exactly what those pharmacological properties actually are. Anyway, right. That's the command deck. Let's find out where I am in the game. What's been happening in distant worlds? I suppose that's the other question. Is plant porn? What form does that take? Do you have plants that accidentally basically gets stuck in kitchens and have to call for plumbers and things like that? Dear. There's a spaceship coming towards me. That's always quite. Distant World 3 was on a break over east. Okay, so nothing further has moved. Okay, well there's a nice spaceship hovering out there, so that's good. Is the Odysseus the science carrier? I'm not sure it's the science carrier. Sausage Project here. Hello, Sausage. Plant born. Fun fact: polliner flying trees. Use these. You're having an organism on the top of the tree. You're welcome. Dear, I'm now traumatized again. I had PTSD at the start of the stream, let alone halfway through it. Well, that was you outside, but Cyber Army. We enjoyed your spaceship looking very cool. Let's get aboard the trusty old USS Cayley and see. Just stop with the plant innuendos, guys. That's enough. I'm calling time on it. Dear, only on this stream. You know, you also have those warnings, don't you? NSFW, not safe for work. This stream should probably come with a not safe regardless of where the hell you are. I'm not sure that's quite such a good acronym, but not safe for Omega, not safe, just not safe. NS, stop. Not safe for humans. Yes, fully embracing our diversity policy. Right, I have a team with Rexler Redacted and Top Shot, which is nice. I've got 2 messages. I've been promoted to mostly directionless. Well, that's nice. And I have a pending friend request from J. A pending friend request. JR. Now, again, if you're not Gen X, you're probably not going to get this joke. Unfortunately, at least some of you are. Ah, dear. Oh dear. I'm going to have to explain this for context for people who don't know what this means. Right. Okay. So back in when was this? Somebody will know. Back in the 1980s, there was an advert. Okay, for a TV advert for something called the Yellow Pages. Now, before the internet and anything even like the internet, you used to look up businesses and telephone numbers in this massive book. Okay, it was 1983, right? Yeah. So you for those of you who don't know what's going on here, you need to find the advert on YouTube. Just type in J.R. Hartley because you'll find it. Okay, somebody will doubtless post a link in the chat at some point. So it was like a business directory. You looked up businesses, okay, if you wanted to find something. And basically the advert was this guy, J.R. Hartley, had written a book called Fly Fishing. Right? And he was searching around trying to find somebody somewhere who had a copy of his book. He couldn't, because he'd written his book on fly fishing. It was clearly out of print several years later, and he was desperately trying to find a copy of his own book. And eventually, of course, he uses fly fishing. He finds a copy of Fly Fishing by using the Yellow Pages. And basically, he does the immortal line at the end, which is basically, and who are you, sir? My name's J.R. Hartley. It's very twee by modern standards. Just getting an in-game request from somebody called J.R. Hartley is really funny. It was based on Drew phoning up bookshops to see if they had his book for sale. Have I lost any of my own book? Well, there is dare I say it, there is a small funny anecdote that I have regarding one of my books that turned up in an unexpected locale. I went once into a charity shop in Tenterden in Kent, and wandering around as you do, looking at secondhand books and records and LPs, and my wife was looking through clothes and small china figurines and things like that, and I spotted one of my books in the charity section. Obviously, somebody had it and had decided to give it away to charity. So I was like, "Oh, look, one of my books has turned up in the charity shop. I've arrived. I'm trying to put a positive spin on this." So, out of curiosity, I picked it up, and it was a well-thumbed version of one of my books. Right, well thumbed. Clearly had been enjoyed by somebody. And I opened it up, and it was a signed copy. It wasn't just an average, just a generic one. It was a signed one. So somebody somewhere had a signed copy of my book by me. I hasten to add, signed my book, and either they had given it away to charity, or something else had happened to my book. Therefore, it ended up in the charity bin. And so somebody out there. Who was called Phil, because it was definitely my handwriting and it said Phil on it. I don't know which Phil had bought one of my books and I'd signed it for him, but whoever Phil was had deemed it no longer necessary to hold on to my book and put it in a charity shop, which is quite funny. So, well, I suppose I need to accept J.R. Hartley's friend request. So there we go. Was it Phil the CMF? Maybe it was. Well, oddly enough, it wasn't an Elite Dangerous book. It was one of my Shadewood books. I haven't seen any of my Elite Dangerous books in charity shops. It was a Shadewood book, which surprised me. Maybe Phil kicked the bucket and his kids gave it away. Maybe it was. I should get a few of your books and donate them to a library out here in California. You should definitely do that, Glenn. Okay, good. So yeah, I mean, it could have been a house clearance. I mean, people do pass on, don't they? Who knows? But anyway, so for those of you who haven't seen the J.R. Hartley video, make it your task this evening to understand the wonder that is J.R. Hartley. Now, that's quite good, because that's 1983. That's actually pre-Elite. That's the reference to somebody who's somebody's deliberately done that. Some mischievous Gen X Elite player has basically bought an account so that they can be J.R. Hartley. has sent me a friend request. So whoever that is, props to you, my friend. A, for picking up a pre-elite reference, putting it into the game, and then sending me a friend request, hoping that I would spot it. You won the internet this evening, whoever you are. J.R. Hartley, we salute you. Oh, Grondian says, is it you? It's me, and the ship is fly fishing. Fantastic. Oh, well, in that case, congratulations to Grondian for an excellent gag. Excellent. So, okay, so is the ship is here. We need to see the fly fishing by J.R. Hartley. This is important stuff. Where are you? Where's I don't see you on the scanner at the moment. I can only see my wing commanders. Wingmates. Monks said, be careful, Drew. I'm gonna fish it. You guys, you kill me. Right, well, okay, well, hopefully we'll encounter the fly fishing at some point because it needs to be immortalized on the screen. Where are we? Where have we been? Where haven't we been? Where are we currently? Is probably important. We are in the Hypu system. Is that where we were before? I've got a feeling we haven't really. Have we really moved? So if Distant Worlds 3 has been on slight hiatus, then we haven't actually been anywhere, have we? Is this where we were? I don't remember this being where we were before. Maybe it is. But the star density here seems much higher than where we were last. Because we're back in the spiral arm. We weren't in the spiral arm before, were we? Okay, so this is waypoint 11, the Starlit Dreamscape. Okay, well that's quite a nice name. Is there anything particular about? Okay, so we're back in a spiral arm, which is nice, which means that navigation and stuff is going to be a lot easier than it was last time we're doing it. So let's have a poke around. What's in this system? Let's scan the scans. Let's do the honk. Oh, I'm too close to the fleet carrier, and it thinks that deploying my digital scanner is a breach of no fire regulations. So I better get the heck out of here, otherwise I'll get fired on. Possibly. There we go. Should be safe now. Right, so is there anything interesting in this system? Okay, there's a landable moon. Near a gas giant. That's always quite nice. Looks like quite an icy looking world there. Oh, okay, well, let's go and check that out first, because icy moons are quite cool. For some reason that didn't lock on target. So we're supposed to be doing some exploration, aren't we? Kind of is one of the whole points of Distant Worlds 3. Let's do that. Yeah.
Frameshift drive charging. 4, 3, 2,
Let's go and have a look.
1.
Engage! Absolutely. Stop with the TNG references. You're giving me PTSD again. If somebody comes on here, the username that's got Vicky in it, I'm going to be very, very suspicious now. I mean, I've seen J.R. Hartley this evening. Nothing would surprise me anymore. think I'm, to be honest, I think I'm fairly safe from being being ambushed by my previous girlfriends, because I'm pretty sure if any of them had wanted wanted to look me up over the last 35 years, I've got a reasonable internet footprint. I wouldn't be that difficult to discover. So I suspect, unfortunately, probably for all of us, that they've sort of declined that potentiality, which is probably an awful lot safer for them. Right, here comes the unexpected. Well, the moon. We've got a nice gas giant there. Can I get the angle of approach so that we can get the gas giant nicely in the background so it looks pretty? Because pretty is good. We like pretty. Someone's doing some probes. It's all very well. All right, let's have a look. There we go. Look at that. Look at me and my flying skills. Oh, someone's been scanning. Is there anything down there? Have we got any? Are there any? It's FSS, isn't it? No, not the FSS. The other one. Yeah, it was a surface scan, that one. Is there anything down there? It's been scanned by 86%. Whoever was doing that hasn't scanned all of it. Do we need to shoot a probe around the back? Oh, there's fumaroles. There we go. In fact, everywhere. Oh, blimey, there's biological, geological, and human signs on the planet. Okay, well, we should probably go and have a look at that then. So that's. Is it just? There's geethers, bacteriums. Just everywhere there's stuff basically. According to that, so that's quite interesting. Well, okay, well let's go and have a look down there. Could it be space moles? It could indeed. So what are the human targets then? Will it show up on the scanner? Not as yet. Okay, well let's go and have a look. No Drew has been before. That looks like a trench there, doesn't it? The human targets are the geezers.
Orbital flight engaged.
Okay, are the human targets just? I thought they was localized to the planet's surface, though. Oh, I don't know how these things work. I've only been playing this game for 10 years, no, 12 years. I still don't know how anything works. It looks a bit icy down there, doesn't it? Have they geezers? Have they back their spacesuits? They'll all be heading for the space bar. That's where they'll be heading. Could there be more evidence of the space bar? So we should park along where I don't know. That is snow. It's probably ice, isn't it? It's nice blue atmosphere though. Let's park on the sort of terminatory bit. Let's see what we can see. What of course we need now is some high resolution scan. Now here's the thing that doesn't really make sense in the lore of Elite either, does it? Because yeah, if we've got scanners that can detect the presence of bacterium and fumaroles and things from orbit, why the hell do they suddenly stop working when we're at point blank range? Because space reasons. Oh, there we are. I can see a bacterium. We've just literally landed on top of one. That was pretty cool, wasn't it? That's streamer's luck, that is. Now,
Landing gear deployed.
here's the next thing: is can we land this ship anywhere nearby? Because the problem, as we've discovered, the problem. Oh, no, there we go. The problem with the crunch. There's Commander Alice showing how not to do a landing. Live on stream, I'm afraid, Alice. Captured in front of everybody as you noseplant your spaceship.
Low gravity warning.
Looks like she's managed to get down successfully, but now where was the thing? It was over here, wasn't it? There it is. Might as well do a bit of exobiology while we're here. The ship actually gives it does, doesn't it? Not that one. Not that one. That one. There we go. A Mulberry organic that's been discovered. Oh look, there's another. Look at the state of who's this? Who is this ship? Commander Topshop. The paintwork on your ship is a complete mess. Just thought you'd like to know. Looks like you've been off exploring in the black. My ship. I don't think I've. The problem is this is the difference. You see, my ship has been used, right? Because you can see a little bit of wear and tear on it, and I haven't repaired the paintwork because I've been freeloading around the galaxy using the fleet carriers. My ship looks virtually unused. Whereas Commander Topshot over here, I think it's Topshot ship, has clearly been doing exploration the proper way. What am I doing? I'm supposed to go back to my SRV, my Scorpion. I've just almost walked all the way back to the ship. There we go. Let's board that. Should we go for a drive or should we go for a fly? See if we can find another. Another. We need another bacterium. Can anybody find? Because I need 3, of course. Can anyone find me another bacterium? See, I don't think this is the best way to do it because spotting a bacterium from the ground is not easy, is it? Well, that might be one there. Is that one there? Well, I've got lucky. I have got lucky. This is definitely streamer's luck tonight. Now, okay. There we go. Good luck seeing from the ground, says Commander Groman. Drew immediately finds one. Now, however, is it too close to the... Oh, no! I hate this game. It's too close. It's too close to the other one. Unbelievable. I thought I'd driven far enough. There's Commander Rex elected. You can scan. It's no use for me. I'm going to find another one. Must be another one about somewhere. They're not easy to spot, though, are they? They're not even easy to spot from the air, let alone from the ground. But maybe I can find one just by being the excellent Commander Drew. Is that one? No, that's just a little lump. It's quite nice. What this is good. This is quite a nice planet to drive around on because actually it's reasonably flat. Just a few rocks about, which makes it fun. You can drive flat out, cover quite a lot of ground. And the Scorpion is much better at this than the SRV because it's, apart from when you do handbrake turns like that, it's actually quite stable. So I'm hoping to see one from the from in here, but I think I'm not going to be lucky. Nope, that's not one. Blast ahead and count to 20. It should give you one. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you get lucky, but it's not doing it now, is it? I'll head back to the ship. Gasp at my... You even get a skid sound. Is that new? I don't remember that being there. Let's go back into the ship and we'll go looking for some more. Pro Scarab, much better view from the turret. Yeah, that's a good point. You should try the third-party app SRV survey. Oh, I should... See, there's a lot of third-party apps which I don't know much about. I should really investigate. If I was doing this stream properly, kind of promoting Elite Dangerous and all the third-party stuff, then I would do these things properly, but you know me. Right, can I spot one from the air? So what I normally do is I do this sort of nose-down approach and then just keep the thrusters just tickling along a little bit, hoping I'll be able to see something from the air. It's bizarre really that there is no better scanner technology in the Elite Dangerous universe than literally just eyeballing things from the surface. I've got to find 2 more of these. I kind of don't mind this. This is in some ways quite relaxing. It does get a bit annoying after a while if you don't find something. There are little surface formations that look like them, aren't there? Well, I think it's always amazing. My streamer luck works to a certain degree. I literally come down from space and I'm on top of one, and then I can't find one for 5 minutes. Top Shot's found one. Good man. Okay, well, I was heading in the right direction. Is that one? Is that one there? Let's see if I can spot the one that Top Shot has got. Oh yeah, I can see it. Yeah, there it is. Right, okay. The unsuitable terrain. Look, it's totally flat. The only problem with this Caspian Explorer, as I've said many times, I can actually walk out to this one. Before you even get the SRB out of that, is that it's just useless for landing on planets. For an exploration ship, that's a bit of a drawback. Nice crunchy icy. Is it ice? I like the way look, we've actually made little footprints. That's a nice feature. Look, if I walk backwards, I even make. So the depths have been quite good there. Look, if I walk backwards, I even make backwards footprints. That's not bad. If I turn forwards, I've made forward footprints. So it's not. There's a little bit of thought gone into there. Teamwork on bio is good. It's the way to do it, isn't it? I have to run. The stream's going to be over. Always travel in single file. Yeah, we don't want any Tusken Raiders figuring out where we are. There we go. Well done, Top Shot. Well done for spotting that. Excellent. Right, let's put that way. Give you a salute. Yay, well done. That's two lovely emotes. Right, back to the ships. Let's find the third one. That was a very, very big shadow over my head. There it goes. Looks pretty cool, doesn't it? The top shot's off looking that way. The clap is so fun. It's very sarcastic kind of clap, isn't it? Yeah, very impressive, mate. Very impressive. My footprints have, there's my footprints on the way out, you see, look, and my footprints on the way back. So I mean, that's pretty impressive, actually. That's quite a nice feature. Yeah, so yeah, Glenn, this is a Caspian Explorer, which is relatively new to the game, last few months anyway. And it's the only large exploration ship, so it's effectively replaced the Anaconda, I suppose, for exploration purposes, because it's just better at exploration than the Anaconda. Right. I'm going this way towards this mountain here. See if I can find another. Yeah, I think you can set it up to have a longer jump range. Well, you guys tell me, because it's got clever boosty options, and it can go insanely, stupidly long distances. There's a nice little mountain here. That feels to me like a good SRV climbing kind of a place. We should come back to it a bit, because we like mountains because they're there. It's an unusual looking rock. It is just a rock, but there's one. I found one. Yay! Drew found the third one. There it is. And the mountains in the background. Our top shot's found a geyser as well. Well, I found one here, so I'm going for this one. If I can land again. There we go. It's ship sometimes. There we go, we're down. So let's get the SRV out, because I want to go and climb that mountain over there. How far away are you? I'm going to find out how far away Top Shot is. So Top Shot is actually 3 kilometers away in that direction, which is over the... So I might be able to drive over to him. Yeah, the Caspian actually has a few other little bells and whistles, like a high angle of attack, which means you can glide at a sharper angle, which is also quite useful. Yeah, there we go. Well, that's that done. Bacterium virata has been discovered. Right, let's board that. And right, I'm going to drive straight across. Where's the mountain? Oh, it's behind Raxler's ship. Right, straight away. Now we want to drive straight into Commander Raxler elected. That's what we're going to do. Sorry, my friend. I just had that painted. Right, full power to engines, go. Last one to the top of the mountain is a I don't know, Rhodesian bloodworm or something. Oops. It's not really a mountain, actually, is it? It's just a small hill, really. We have seen some slightly more extreme topography in our travels. Oh, Let me get. Oh, there we go. Right, here we go. Well, Topshot's got his ship launch fighter. I've got the ship launch fighter, I think. I don't think I've even tried it. I should try that, right? Okay, just going to go up to the top of this. Looks fairly straightforward. It's good that all these things do exist and can coexist in the game. It's quite a nice looking planet, this. It's got like a purpley sky and you can still see the Milky Way. We haven't quite got to the top yet. Okay, there we go. Up we go, up we go. Now this was an easy climb compared to some of the ones we've done. There we go, that's literally at the top there. There we are. Ta-da! Typical. There we go. So that was straightforward. Where was the geyser? Top shot. Are you still parked next to it? All I can hear is a tiny little dunk. There's my external camera. Who just clunked me? Can't see behind me. It's a free camera. That's what I need. Who was that? Somebody clunked me. Topshot says that geyser is nothing. Yeah, they are. Yeah, all these commanders in their spaceships. No respect. Right. Let's. Where is Topshot? Let's see if we can drive over to where the geyser is. Right, it's Commander Rex redacted flying around in this ship. Where is Topshot? Someone just stopped in front of me, says Alice. I think you'll find, Alice, under current driving conditions anyway. I can't speak for the 34th century because I don't know, but I think if you clonk somebody from behind, the fault is with the driver at the rear. Pretty sure that's the case. Right, where's Commander Rex to redact? Where is? Oh, there's Commander Alice unmanned, so that's where we parked. Where's? There's Commander Topshot over there. He's on the other side of the hill. I've come down the wrong side. Right, are you still near the geyser? That's the question I need answering. Topshot. Well, now I'm actually flying. There is a geyser, well done, yeah, look, right near the mountain in fact. That's quite nice. Stelline cluster as well, no less. There we go. Biological and geological thing discovered. Oh, then it stopped. Right, is it going to go off again? Here's Commander Alice. We need to watch out for her. I don't think she's got a no claims bonus. What happens if I drive into said geyser? Does it shoot me up in the air? Does it kind of really should, shouldn't it? Let's find out. It's science, right? Or maybe a bit. Oh, now I appear to be stuck. Reverse thrust. Commander Alice is now outside of a ship. Better not run over it. What happens if... Okay, so for science then, what happens if you jump into the geyser in your suit? Is that a thing? Sounds like a very dangerous thing to do, actually, but do it. Obviously, I'm going to do it. I'm going to wait till it just stops, and then I'm going to stand in it. Shields on. How do I switch the shields on? Look at that weird shadow in the background. Do it. How do I switch my shields on in the suit? It's not S, is it? S? No, it can't be S because that's his WASD. There you go. Oh yeah, see for shields. Oh, okay. Let me switch them back up again. I'll do it in a minute. We're waiting for it to stop. It stopped before. Maybe it's not going to. No, well, let's switch the shields on. Right, here we go. Bit for science, ready? Countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Engage! Whoa! No, look! I've left my legs behind! Oh no! I might... I'm in the orbit. I didn't know. Okay, so this could be trouble. Warning: I'm exceeding SRV range. Do I have exit velocity? Is it that bad? Can I summon my ship? How do I know what my speed is? I've got a feeling am I still going up? I've got my legs back. This is good. Oh no, my SRV. Why is my SRV being destroyed? Am I falling? I don't know. My legs are not happy. I've got a feeling. Am I going back down? I've got a feeling I am. I think, yeah, gravity is... Okay, so auto-destructed. Now, okay, I am definitely coming back down. my potential death has been clipped. This could be... Right, is there anything I can do about this? Can I slow my... I've got no measure of my speed. This is the problem. Try and land on top of your... Which ship? Where's Cyber Army? Can one of you get underneath me? Can any of you see me falling? Oh, my top speed... I'm going down too fast. Right, can I... What happens if I thrust up then? Does that reduce my speed? How long does it... Oh. I think I just died. Oh. Explanation. That's not right. Why did I die? I demand an explanation. Apparently I suffered a critical injury. Did somebody... Why? Why did I die? I mean, I'm prepared to accept the impact on the ground. Because that seems reasonable. Okay, so what we basically discovered is don't stand on the geyser, okay? Probably self-evident, really. Instant report, what does it say? Commander Alessio Verdi. Reason... What? Reason for assault, friendly fire. According to this, I'm putting this on my insurance claim, by the way. Commander Raxler redacted. A reason for assault, friendly fire. Okay. So according to the insurers, Mr. Raxler redacted, it was entirely your fault. I'm not quite sure what happened. Did somebody on my screen? You were zooming past me. No, it wasn't very friendly, in fact. So maybe you two. Maybe the game basically. Yeah. Okay, so rejoin my ship. Yeah. Looks like it didn't cost me anything. I think, yeah. Where's it going to redeploy me? Is it going to put me back on the Odysseus? No. I'm not on the Odysseus. Where am I? I'm in the right... Am I still in the same system? I'm just in the middle of nowhere. No, I'm in the... Yeah, I'm in the same system. It's just... It's randomly put me in space, which seems a bit... Oh, orbit the same planet. Okay. Oh yeah, there we go. So... Just remind the insurance assessor who walked into the geezer in the first place. Well, I have got extended liability coverage. Wintermute GB. Did you not know, by the way, Wintermute GB, that Lloyd's of London has a specialist geezer insurance? And if you want, I'm more than happy to give you an amusing anecdote about my times at Lloyd's of London and the specialist types of insurance that they cover. But let me know in the chat whether you want me to do that or not. It is a nice planet. I think I'm going to go back down to said planet. Does the coverage include being a total idiot? Have you seen some of the things that Lloyd's of London used to insure? I can assure you it does.
Ready to engage.
Right, so please do tell. I couldn't do. Now there does look like to be a nice little riddle down there, which looks like a good place to have a sort of SRV race, doesn't it? So I'm going to go down there. This looks like a good sort of. It's obviously less visible from the ground, doesn't it? It does look like quite a good little sort of track, doesn't it? It's going to be less obvious. All these features are so big that by the time we get to the ground, they sort of disappear. Yeah, see, that's probably not. Let's go back up to the top. I'd like to be able to see where I'm going. I do like flat planets though for a little bit of driving-y stuff. See, this looks like a perfect place to go for a drive.
Landing gear deployed.
Oh, we can even land here. This is a brilliant place. What do you mean unsuitable terrain? How can it be suitable and then suddenly, as you get near the ground, it isn't? Oh, see, the spaceship is ridiculous. There it's down. Right. Out with the Scorpion. Have I still got a Scorpion? Oh no! It's been destroyed! How do I get my Scorpion back? That's not fair. Why doesn't the magic insurance has replaced my ship? But I can't get my Scorpion back. Oh, I like my Scorpion. I can rearm it at the fleet carrier. Oh, okay, that's right. As long as I can get my Scorpion back. Oh, I like my Scorpion. Top Shot says you can drive one of my. Are you sure? Given my track record with destroying things. How do I get to your Scorpion then? So there's presumably Top Shot ship over there. How does that work? How do I get into your Scorpion? Do you drive it down, leave it, and then I jump into it? Is that how that works? I'll get on board. Right, okay. So I can't jump into it from the outside. Okay, that's the way the game works. Let's see if we can break Top Shot's Scorpion as well, shall we? Here we go. Get on board and steal it. So yeah, let's see if we can jump into. So presumably I can just. I stand in this thingy there. I can board the ship. I'm cleared for boarding. So I can board the ship. And then from here, can I? Pinches SRV? I can. Oh, you've only got scarabs on board though. You haven't got a scorpion. I've got a scarab. I don't want a scarab. Oh, disappointment. Could take his. Okay. I'll scroll down. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's already deployed. Oh no, you've got two. Right. Okay. So I'll pick the up one. Ah, brilliant. There we go. Fantastic. I am picky. Yeah. Well, that's like offering the choice between a Golf GTI and XR3i. I mean, no choice at all, is it?
Low gravity warning.
Right. Right, so there's Commander Top Shot. Now looking probably quite nervous because I've got his other SRV. So let's go for a drive. Full picture engines. Let's head over the hills and see what's out here. I'll try and look after you. Your escort. I like that's quite neat. In somebody else's car. Back in the day, we only had scarabs. Alien Hunter's here. Hello, Commander Alien Hunter. Good to see you. Thank you very much for popping in. So look, I can go flat out. What are we doing? 31 meters per second. What's that? About 60 miles an hour? It's not bad, is it? Oops. I know it's only a digital car, but I don't want to really want to wreck it. Do I get third-party insurance? I've got extended collision damage. I've signed all the waivers. All is good. So it's quite nice to have a planet where you can actually drive around at speed, do some jumps and stuff. What's over this? What's over the side of this ridge? Just checking your suspension works there, Top Shot. It's all good. You're working. You like the Scorpion. It's so much nicer to drive than the SRV. Actually feels like a car. With some thrusters, obviously. Well, there's a little hill over there to climb. Quite a nice planet, this. As well, moon, obviously. Well, we have discovered that death by. So presumably the game assumed that Cyberdami had killed me. Though presumably I was going to die anyway. Well, I drove my Scorpion into the geyser, and it didn't seem to do anything. Whereas jumping into it myself catapulted me into space, which was exciting. Okay, the Caspian doesn't suffer much with the extra weight, so you can put the SRV. I think I've got 2 slots for cars and a single fighter, from what I recall, on mine. I haven't used the SLF. There we go. There's a small little hillock. It's not really a big one. There we go. It's quite nice driving around there, isn't it? There we go. Not really any big mountains here, though. Catastrophic terrain all over the place. It is possible to survive a geyser jump on foot. So how do you survive it? Do you just need to thrust at the right time? It's funny how you can fall, though, isn't it? I mean, that shows the physics of the game doesn't really work. That you can fall faster than the ship can keep up with you. It's like, does it work? Because you'd have thought that your terminal velocity, even in the thin atmosphere, would be lower than the ship with full thrusters, but hey, space reasons. Yes, and I was definitely falling faster on my legs, wasn't I? That was slightly disconcerting. Well, thank you for the loan of your Scorpion. I'm going to return it to you all in one piece. It isn't the fall that kills you, it's hitting the ground, which is... Well, I didn't even have the opportunity to hit the ground, did I? I died by friendly fire, apparently. Entirely Cyber Derby's fault, I hasten to add. Nothing to do with me whatsoever. I've only done it once, and I just used the thrusters to dampen the fall. I did take damage. Oh, I mean, I could try again if somebody else has got a a geezer nearby. Thank you very much for the load of your scorpion there, top shot. That was very nice. It's a sudden stop at the end. Exactly right. Yeah, it looks like the game did register a collision with something. What's the G on this planet? It's only 0.28. Actually, it's relatively high for a moon, isn't it? Cyberdarmy's got the other problem that there is now a Drew-shaped splat on the outside of your ship. Or a small dent. With the words, Drew was here. For once, however, look, I think the undercarriage on my Caspian has actually... Oh, no, it hasn't. What has it? No, it's still hovering. It's better than normal. It's still floating in the air, which is the thing. Some of the undercarriage sits on the ground, and some of it doesn't. So that one's floating as well, isn't it? Even on an almost entirely flat planet, you can still see daylight underneath the undercarriage. Weird. Anyway, there we go. What I do like about these new ships, actually, is that you have a boarding ramp, which obviously doesn't do anything, but you can at least walk up it and pretend that you're standing on the boarding ramp of your ship and that there's a way into the actual ship. So at least you can pretend that you're having an Armstrong moment, even if you're not having an Armstrong moment. So that's definitely something, isn't it? Anyway, I suppose actually now we're kind of out of time. We need to head back to the area and get my Scorpion back. So let's do that. We'll say goodbye to this little icy world. They'll be picking bits of Drew out of thrusters for weeks. They will. What's this caked, congealed mess in the air intake? Ah, says Cyber Darby when he takes his ship to the cleaners. Why doesn't it have to move the blue bonds up there? Well, that's a good point. I'm sure there's a very important technical reason why that can't be done. Not a bad suggestion, though, is it? It'll polish out, says Cyber Army. Bit of T-cut. That's what you need for getting Drews off your fuselage. Bit of T-cut. Or maybe some D-cut. That's what you need. Or some other random letter of the alphabet cut. D-cut. That's what you need. Bottle of D-cut. Back to the Odysseus we go. Time for a pint of glue. Drews and dies. Yes, that's right. Here we go. Pad 8. Oh, we should have Pad 7. I want to know why you haven't named one. Well, I think I may have done, but not on this account, Glenn. I think one of my other ships might be the Mobilis somewhere else. I can't remember off the top of my head. It does sound like the logical thing to do there, doesn't it? Whoops.
Landing gear deployed.
Don't cook that. Brakes. Reverse thrust. Oh, so I can restock. Does that fix my SRV? It does. Okay, so it's giving me a new one. That's nice. Okay, so I've got my Scorpion back. Right, everyone to the bar. Everyone who's anyone, anyway.
No gravity. Magnetic contact active.
Standard Drew disclaimer about the fact you can't run in 0G using magnetic boots. But hey. Hey, they're pinching my lift, Commander Rex redacted. Do you see that? Cheeky Cyber Army. Not only is he content on murdering me in the most humiliating way possible, he always tries to pinch my lift as well. Here's Commander Alice, she of the no claims bonus when driving. Good to see you, Commander Alice. Andy Pickton, Drew Wager, what Groman says. What did Groman say? If you have Metro Elite and salute the bartender, you might. Yes. Well, we should jump into some of that story. You're quite right. We haven't got time to do it now, but we should definitely do that. Right, Commander Raxler redacted and Top Shot appear to be, for some strange reason, hiding behind the sofa. Not quite sure what's going on there. I think Cyber Darby is somewhat ashamed of his antics. He's like, oh yeah, but Drew's come back to life from the dead, so I'm going to hide behind this sofa in case he sees me. Commander Alice has decided to perch on the edge. So obviously the seating has gone wrong again on the fleet carrier because her legs, her feet have disappeared. There's obviously something completely and utterly wrong with the floor or the seats in the fleet carrier, which is not unusual. That does happen indeed. So anyway, congratulations, Commanders. Well done. That was good fun. Thank you very much. I lost my commander in the sofa. See, to be fair, Sir Simon Army, I was trying to render you assistance by breaking your fall. Yes, you were indeed. I mean, it's only fair to point out that I was only accidentally murdered, slightly on purpose. But thank you very much indeed, Simon Army. That was fun. That was good. Right. Okay. Well, all that remains, as per usual, my friends, is for me to thank you very much for your attendance on my stream this night. It's always good to see you. We'll be back on Monday with some more. I think we'll go for Independence War on the retro stream, and then we'll be back for a bit more Elite Dangerous next week. Should be good as we follow the everlasting quest to go to more distant worlds. What a lovely stream, says Ninja. Thank you very much. I'm good. Thank you very much for popping in. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. We're somewhat irreverent on the stream, but we try. We try to be entertaining. It's all good fun. Thank you very much for popping in, and hopefully you've enjoyed your time with us on Elite Dangerous. Thank you very much. Good to see you all, and have yourselves a fantastic weekend. All I need from you before I go is we have a tradition at the end of the stream that we go and find an Elite Dangerous streamer on Twitch who doesn't have very many viewers, and basically raid them and pummel them into submission. So find me a YouTube channel, not a YouTube, a Twitch channel, streaming Elite Dangerous. We have a few that we quite often go back and see now, but somebody who's streaming Elite Dangerous and needs a boost, and who would welcome a raid of 50 odd complete nutters at 10 o'clock in the evening. So if we have people like Fly Something and Slamscape and the Signing Salo and places like that. So if you can look me up as streamer, then please do dump a name into the chat for me. That would be really, really good. Oh, don't forget to turn in my bio data. I should do that. Yeah. Okay. Let me do that while you're giving me a stream. Let me go and turn my bio data in. That's a good shout. That's just up here on the left, isn't it? Here we go. Let's go in here.
I be of assistance?
You can
Wish to
indeed, my dear.
contribute to Vista Genomics. Excellent. We always seek to learn more about life in the black.
Oh no, I died. No, I lost my monies because I got killed. Cyber Dharma, you owe me 3.8 million credits.
Is that everything? Please do return when you have some organic data to share.
That was me, wasn't it? Dear oh dear. Right, I need a streamer. Where's my streamers? Tutor Booter TV says Wintermute GB. Right, that's only one on me. Tutor Booter TV. Wow. Okay then.
I mean, I would.
Sounds good. They have currently got, how many have they got? 23 viewers. Well, that's more than we sometimes go with. But let's go with it. Tutor Booter TV. We are. We have a raid. Are we ready? We're raiding. Here we go. Right. Be good, my friends. Take care. See you soon. Bye bye.
Drew Wagner with the rate of 50.